Get ready. You're now tuned into the Fight God Show.
It's the Fight Gods. This ain't your normal. Fight hard. This ain't for mortals. Talking boxing, wrestling, and UFC, BKFC, MMA, and WWE. Fight Gods. This ain't your normal. Fight hard. This ain't for mortals. Boxing, wrestling, and UFC, MMA, BKFC, and WWE. If it's a fight, gloves on, fist tape to bare knuckles. The gloves come off when we break down the scuffle. The place to be when you looking for a rumble. We see legacies made and watch foundations crumble. Beat them clean. I ain't the one to mess with. I snap on the beat like I check the leg kick. Prodigies, who gon' be the next pick? Show the whole world something they can be impressed with. Fight Gods. This ain't your normal. Fight hard. This ain't for mortals. Talking boxing, wrestling, and UFC, BKFC, MMA, and WWE. Fight Gods. This ain't your normal. Fight hard. This ain't for mortals. Boxing, wrestling, and UFC, MMA, BKFC, and WWE.
What up, everybody? We're live in the building. I'm here with cousin Neko, fresh off of whipping some ass on a rematch against a guy named Phil. We'll talk about that. We got a lot to talk about, but how you feeling, champ?
Come on, man. I'm feeling fucking fantastic. I feel vindicated. I feel like the fucking best.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear it, bro. You are the best, man. Crazy stuff, crazy weekend. Real quick, before we discuss the actual fight, and I know we talked about it a little bit in the past, but tell us how a rematch with a guy who you beat in like a minute and a half the first time came to be.
After I beat him in a minute and a half, he had ran with the first 45 seconds of the fight and went on YouTube and just posted the little flurry that he considers an onslaught. He posted that and said it was 30 unanswered strikes and it was total domination. Then he proceeded to text the promoter and my coach that he had got caught, quote unquote, caught with the guillotine and that it was a fluke. So when they started to piece together this next card, I had 4 people pull out and they were unable to find a fight for Philip. So they matched us back up in the rematch with the storyline being that he had got off and I just caught him slipping. But we all knew what it was going to be, man. I knew his hands was bullshit from the beginning. I told you guys on the show that I was going to chill the first round and I was going to get in my bag the second round. I just wanted to compute. And this time around, I told him I was coming at him off rip, and I did come at him off rip. I was going to show him the hands, and I showed him the hands.
Absolutely. I
had intended on dragging his ass 3 rounds. I was very serious about that. You can't account for a glass jaw, though.
Yeah, for real. I will say, man, those 30 shots that he said he landed, they actually were pretty good punches if he was hitting like a punching bag or something like that. That wasn't blocked.
I guess so, right?
I mean, if he would have landed some of them, it would have been kind of impressive. I mean, look.
He tried to do that same bullshit this time around, too.
I almost feel like he just like basically punched himself out in the first fight more so. Like he threw those 30 punches and he was just done.
Bro, but it was like I was telling my homie Joe Bear, he had came up to my hotel room before the fight and I was just telling him, if he comes out like he did last time, he's going to blow his load. I'm going to pick his ass apart. And if he tries to start being calculated, he's going to be too slow. He's going to be too behind the curveball. And, I think both things reign true.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You could tell he wasn't trained in the same type of environment you were. I'll tell you a quick story. Kind of funny from my childhood being at your house. I was there one day and it was like lunchtime and I won't say who it was, but your dad told somebody, go downstairs and hit the punching bag 500 times. And your dad was up in his room. And I said, well, how does he know if you hit it 500 times? He's like, he can hear me. He's like, he knows. You probably know who I'm talking about.
No, it's 100%. If you're in the basement or
Oh, it was in
anywhere
the
in my
driveway. It was in the driveway. It was a stand-up punching bag. He had hit it
stand
500 times.
even if it's out in the driveway, you can hear
Yeah.
through the walls. I
Yep.
mean, in the basement now, you can feel through the poles, but for sure, man, he knows. He'll come outside and look at you and know. He know
Yeah.
what it feels like to throw it himself, so he can look at you and tell if you bullshitting or not.
So those 500 are a little bit different than 30. That was, that's where I was going with that, man. I know that you had to go through the same type of stuff.
100%.
But
100%.
I heard that you actually heard you say it, man, that Philip hits the punching bag with headgear on, huh?
Yeah, yo, come on, man. That shit was classic on the podcast because the guy that was running the interview, he started laughing. He was like, "I've never heard no shit like that before."
Oh my gosh!
But
man.
the funny shit about it is it's true. The first fight that we're doing, while I'm in the back hitting the pads, my homie comes into the stage and he's like, "Bro, this kid is outside hitting pads with headgear on," and I wanted to laugh so fucking bad, but I'm trying to stay in the zone, man. But it's like everything this kid does is fucking comedy.
For real. Rick Caruso, what's up, bro? Glad you're in the building, man. So we will watch the fight, and actually, instead of since there's no commentary, what I thought we could do is you could just kind of talk us through the fight, man. Just how exactly you were feeling at all times during the fight, and we'll discuss it some more after we show the video. Okay.
Sounds good, man. All right, so wait, hold on. Pause this shit already.
All right. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Let me get to. I'm sorry, man. I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, there we go. I got you.
All right, so it's all good. First thing about this is I came out there and this kid tried to ice me. It took him about 5 minutes for him to even walk out. After I was in the ring. Took him like over 5 minutes to even come out. I'm literally in the ring stretching. I'm throwing side kicks and shit at the post at this time. And I'm going through my breathing routine, just trying to keep my P's and Q's. The crowd is going crazy at this point in time. They're getting so fucking antsy. I can hear my dad in the back telling me, make him pay for this bullshit. And I'm just like turning around looking at him and I'm like, tranquilo, baby. I'm like, just fucking relax. I'm like, he's not getting in our heads. He's not getting in our hearts. We're Gucci right now. We're staying calm. And I remember him telling me when this fight fucking starts, you cut off half that ring immediately. So you're going to see me take the center of that ring off rip just to fuck with his head.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hey, Terry's in the building. He said, yo, fellas. Terry, what's up, bro?
R.I.P. Ann Howard.
Yeah, you've been on our thoughts, man. Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and start this bad boy up again, Neko.
Man, so I come out, I cut right across the ring. I offer him to touch up again. He refused. He comes out exactly how I thought. He's trying to push the tempo. As soon as he threw that kick, I checked it. Hard check. He don't really want to throw that leg too much anymore. I think he probably throws it 3 or 4 more times after that, and I hard check at least 2 of them. While we're on the fence, I'm talking shit in his ear right now. I'm just telling him, ooh, good knee, good punch.
All right. That's what's up.
So right here, I think he's going to go back into his leg kicks. Boom, he opens up. That gets hard check. Step in, I clock him with a 2. Hit him with the Dustin Poirier point.
And did he wag his finger too, saying like, no, that didn't hurt?
He tried to say it didn't catch him, but he knows and I know that it did.
I've seen the video.
So actually, can you go back a couple seconds?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So big game plan right now was to cut him off from going to my right. So I stop him with a big right cross, and that takes away his leg kick for the rest of the fight. He knows that it's super dangerous over there.
Okay. What was that side kick that he tried? It looked like he tried to kick you in the hip.
He got interrupted in the middle of throwing his roundhouse. Now he's circling heavy to the left. He eats the first left hook. I told him, don't go nut way no more. Try this way. Sit him down with the same left hook.
Yep.
From there, the writing was already on the wall.
Yeah. I felt like when I watched it, the referee basically just saved him.
Yeah, there was supposed to be no ground and pound. I probably would have got DQ'd.
Oh, why was there no ground and pound?
Because that's the rules that he agreed to. That's also why we have shin guards on. He won't do no shin guards, and he won't do ground and pound.
Oh, that's wild. I'm gonna go ahead and play the finish one more time, just from this part right here, before he kind of
because he's scared of the right hand. He's circling heavy to my left now. He eats that gazelle hook.
Go the other way. There's one punch that he throws, and I'm gonna back up to it, Neko. I think it's towards the beginning. Let's see. I think it was right here. Let's see. Let me back up just a little bit more. He loves to like, man. I don't know if you can even see it in this video, but you could tell this video. Oh, that you can't really see it in this video because I've seen several videos of the fight. But he throws this looping right that is like out of like left field. It looks like somebody on like a playground, like just completely. Just completely telegraphing it.
Super
and I'm
wild,
like,
hey Baker, and it always comes off of that kick, right leg, right hand.
Yeah, so
we prepare for that so much.
I don't
hard
even
check.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's a hard check right there. That's why he changes the height of the kick.
You did
the third one. I step in on it. So watch. Slide out hard check right there. He kicks at the hip. Step in 1-2.
Yep. That it's funny because you did the finger thing too right there, and that's exactly what Dustin Poirier did when Conor went for a leg kick. He came over the top with the right, and then pointed like, "Hey, how was that one?"
that's I watched that so many times.
Yeah. So I don't think, and I hate to say it because I don't know who this guy's coach is, and I don't want to. I don't want to badmouth a guy I don't know, but I don't think his coach made him watch the first fight or watched it with him because it's like
they did supposedly. His coach is Cookie Melendez, this woman who used to be on the point fighting circuit back in the 70s, 80s. And he would post all the time that he's watching footage or he's studying the fight, and it would always be that same first fight. But honestly, I don't know what. If you're trying to study me, you don't got much to go off of, so you should study yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're studying yourself, you know that little leg kick loop and shit is bad news.
That and like I don't understand what the whole point of him trying to just like molest you against the cage was.
Yeah,
he's using all of his energy to hold you against the cage, and you're just chilling.
I'm just holding his bicep, chilling.
And you're just like talking to him, and he's like using all of his force to try to push you forward. And I'm like, he did that in the first fight. It didn't work. Like
that's right.
This fight, you don't do the same thing. Like you figure something else out.
And it's like he can't comprehend how to fight in the pocket or just in that open range. He can only fight moving forward. So when you clinch him and you stand still, he panics. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah. There's no real game plan. I really didn't even get in my bag because I had so much shit that I was gonna pull out in the second round, man. It's like you spend hours and hours and hours game planning and thinking of all the shit you're gonna do in this fight for it to end off of 2 left hooks and a right cross is like, fuck.
Yeah, for real, man. So
you've seen it. I was sending you the footage, man. I wanted to get into that boot to boot bag, that little sweep knee action.
Oh, I know you gotta save that for the you gotta save that for a future fight though, man.
I got it. I know.
Somebody a little more advanced, I guess. It was funny, man.
That one boy thought he was advanced until I slid in his DMs. His team was talking all that shit, and so I told him, let's run it.
Yeah, they didn't want that. They didn't want those problems. Hey,
I told them I'll run it K1 rules with the 4-ounce gloves. They still said no.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Hey, man, you should tell them, look, okay, so you got boxing, you got MMA. Just tell them just kicks. Just tell them you'll fight him just kicks.
You want to go taekwondo rules?
Just kicks. See if he's good with that, man. No shin pads, just kicks. I'll put my money on you, man. So it's kind of funny, man. Like I didn't say anything leading up to this fight because I was just, I was letting you do your thing. But like if you, and I know Ben would probably be pissed if he heard me say this, but he'll be all right. If you watched that fight with Yair Rodriguez and Josh Emmett, his post-fight interview, Josh Emmett's was almost like Phil's. He was like, "Oh, I was worried about his stand-up. I didn't even, I wasn't worried about his ground game."
Yeah,
Just like Phil said in the first fight, I was under the impression he was a striker.
a striker.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm a martial artist.
and
I'm a fucking ninja, man. I take what works, bro. I'm a thief. Anything that works, I got it in my
Cheers, bro.
arsenal. I promise y'all that shit.
Hell yeah, got to, man. You got to. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to hit that rolling forward kick thing like Justin. What's the dude's name? Justin Gaethje does. You know
No,
what I'm
I
talking
got
about?
that in me. I got
I
that
know
in
you
me.
do,
I got
bro.
I got the rolling axe kick in me.
I know you
also
do,
got
man.
this like from the clinch, this rolling knee bar, but from a collar elbow tie up, bro. Wait till you see this shit. I'm gonna hit it on somebody.
That's what's up, man. Need to see that, man. So I know that they offered you a kickboxing fight and kind of just some bullshit, man. Probably because there's not a lot of MMA guys that are amateurs that are stepping up to fight you after the two fights with Philip. But what do you think is next, man?
We're looking at the champion over at Flex Fight Series, and we got this other boy that we got our eye on. His name is Troy Arima or something like that, and or Tony Arima, and he also fights for, I think, Flex Fight Series and a couple other promotions. But I'm gonna get my hands on one of them boys. One is the champion. I would like to do 2 more fights before I take that dude on. I seen his stand up. It don't look like much, if I'm being honest. I think like right now I'll probably give him the business. I just stuff his shot and then uncork that left hand on him too. Guard super low. Kickboxing is I don't want to go into it right now. He hasn't spoke bad on my name, so I don't want to speak too bad on his. But that shit need to get polished up.
It's the potential fight you want. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those two. One of those two right now, if they're willing.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this, man. Did you and Philip have any words after the fight was over? I know you gave him a hug. You guys.
I told him it's nothing but respect. You spoke on my name, so I spoke on yours. I did what I had to do to sell the fight. I told his mom the same shit, and if he ever want to come down to Southampton and get some work, he's more than welcome at the gym.
I like to hear that, man. I told you that. I told you before the fight. He should want to train with you afterwards. That's good, man. That's good. That's good karma for you, man.
I don't know if he want to train with me though, because the crowd was savage. The crowd was savage, man. Philip missed weight by over 6 pounds. I think he weighed in 176.8 pounds.
Yep.
The crowd has stopped calling him Little Phil. They started calling him Uncle Phil. They chewed this boy up, man. He came out. He hit me with the suck it pose, even though I offered him to touch up again. And then y'all see how the fight had to end after he did that shit. We distorted that man's face.
There's the picture, man.
Because we do WWE shit too. I mean, in my mind's eye, I was laughing my ass off. Like, all right, bitch, you got me. But y'all already know how this shit gonna play out.
All right, so let me ask you this, man. How do you feel when you see this picture? Like, what does that make you think of?
Yo, bro, this is a instant classic. This is an iconic photo in the history of me right now. And I think after I collect a few more souls, I think this picture will always reign out as like number 1, just because of the way his face is so distorted.
You need like a Rocky versus Apollo type of like painting of that thing made.
Yep.
And here's the other one. Man, that's rough.
Even his ear is misshapen. Bon appetit.
Yeah.
Brandon yelled that out, and then when it got so quiet in the audience and they were about to call my name as the winner, he just yells Bon appetit.
That's what's up, man. You heard him say it too. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And then when I came over and dapped him up at the end, he said that shit right in my ear. I was laughing so fucking hard.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What did how did Jax like the fight, man? What did he say afterwards?
Jackson thought the fight was great. He's not giving this man any rest though, man. He's still talking about it today about how Philip is trash, man. Like he will not let up on the guy, man. And it's like, yeah, you bust him up because he's trash.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man.
His shit talk is gonna be off the charts, man.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, look who his dad is, man.
You know,
Yeah.
the art of the promo, man. I'm a Vince McMahon baby. WWE raised me.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sorry, man. I'm just writing down something.
You saw me serve that boy up the eviction notice.
What do you mean?
So during the podcast, Philip said that he lived rent free in my mind. So we made up an eviction notice and I gave it to him.
Yeah.
That shit was classic.
Nice. I didn't know what it said. I couldn't read it because it was like kind of fast, but I actually thought it said something about his funeral. I didn't know it was an eviction notice because he said it'd be
an eviction notice. But then when his mom started talking, I was like, oh, this is too easy. Sorry for your loss, ma'am. And it just like it came out so quick, man. Everybody in the crowd was laughing so fucking hard. As I just got finished telling her I love her and like, you know, I love you. You know what it is. I love you. And she was like, I love you too. And I was like, well, I'm sorry for your loss, ma'am. And it just was like money.
Oh my gosh. Hey, it had to have killed. I don't know about his dad. If his dad.
Oh, you didn't let Ben in.
Oh, is Ben here?
He said he was waiting to be let in.
Where?
He said he's gonna swing back in.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see it. Maybe if I take this off the screen, maybe that'll give him room to come back in. Hey, Brandon said bon appetit.
Well,
what else did he say? He said he been here. He said he been here. That's what's up. So as Ben gets here, Neko, something we need to talk about, man.
What's up, brother?
You might be whipping ass in the cages, but I'm whipping ass in the picks right now.
What happened with picks?
I won four.
Bro, I don't even know who the fuck fought this past weekend, man.
No, we didn't pick for this past weekend. Ben said I had to leave the room or whatever to come tell you, yo, let me in. LOL, watch Nico's fight while you guys talked about it. All right, cool. No, it wasn't this weekend. It was the last fight. So for the last event, I went 4-0-1. You went 3-1-1, and I think Ben went 2-1-1. Maybe it was with me and you picked Islam, Yair, and Justin Taffa.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's 4 in a row, Neko. I'm the champ. 4 in a row. I've beaten all you guys. That's something, man.
I'm right there though.
I know you're right there, but
I'm right there though.
There he is. What's up, Ben?
You see my name?
Still got a long year ahead of us, Willie G.
Hey, I might suck, but look, we're in the third month.
The last thing I saw was you being like, "We gotta talk about picks, Neko," and I was like, "Ah, here we go."
Hey, 4 in a row, Ben. I mean, you can't deny it. 4 in a row, bro. I think you jinxed yourself that day you were talking shit, Ben. Just putting that out there.
Oh, the day that I batted 1,000, you mean?
No, not that though. The day that I said that I had won 2 events in a row, and you're like, "Oh, a blind squirrel gets a nut." And actually, that was WWE that you got 1,000. Actually, and mine was 1,000 for this past UFC because I was 4-0-1. So if a 1 is a draw,
oh, then you ain't 1,000, homie. You 90 or something. What's that say, Neko?
It says Vamos MMA. I'm just showing off all my sponsors and shit. You know, I'm just flexing a little bit tonight.
You have every right to, homie. You put that kid in a body bag.
Come on, man. One size fits all. This left hook don't discriminate.
I watched that fight by myself, and then I watched that fight with my kids, and then I watched that fight again.
Did y'all see the betting odds on Tapology?
You were saying something about it. No, I didn't.
Betting odds on Tapology was 100 to 1.
100 to 1.
100%.
I don't even want to waste the dollar betting on it, dude. Fuck that.
Shit, I wish I'd have known that, man. I'd have bet like $1,000 on him. Be like, Neko, take a dive, man. We could split the $100,000, bro.
Hey, yo.
Don't say that shit on air. Don't say that shit on air.
Damn.
You know, Nico's not gonna do that. Damn.
Not to that fucker.
John John Andrade said no slouch stab.
Yeah, he said stab.
Yeah. So that's what's up. So and we'll anybody watching, we will show Neko's fight again on the way out. We'll have that as the outro. But let's go ahead and talk about these fights this weekend.
Trash.
No, I'm talking about this upcoming weekend. I'm not even worried about last weekend.
Nah, man, we're not just gonna gloss over the fact that my favorite fighter of all time lost this weekend.
This past weekend?
Jake Paul.
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the UFC.
I know, dude. I can't even believe this. I told you in the group chat and everything. I was like, I'm ready to take my fucking lumps for picking Jake Paul, and you didn't even say anything.
No, it's not even that, though. And like I said this the other day, and then Shell Sonnen was saying it today or yesterday, whatever. I mean, I kind of was impressed with Jake Paul's performance, man. He didn't look bad. He looked really good. He lost the fight, but he actually fought somebody who could fight.
For what it's worth, MMA Junkie and a few other media outlets had scored the fight for Jake, actually. So
no, boo. They're wrong. Jake lost.
I'm just telling you what they did. They picked Jake.
Yeah.
They're wrong. He lost, but he didn't look bad in losing.
No, I thought he looked actually really good. That's why I haven't really talked shit about it at all. I'm just like, he lost the fight, but I feel like in a rematch, give him 6 months to prepare. I think that he could probably win the fight, honestly.
I think it's better for him that he lost, honestly, because if he had beaten Tommy Fury, then everyone would have been talking about how shitty Tommy Fury's the record of the guys were that he beat. Like, he wasn't a real boxer, they would have said. It would have been something else. They moved the goalpost for this guy, and I think that's why I'm starting to actually come around to him, is because every time he does something, they just move like the finish line further away from him, and they're like, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, give the guy his due. He doesn't have to be doing this shit.
No, he doesn't have to be. But I think that I think in a rematch, give him 6 months, I think it would be a different fight. I mean, the knockdown within the 8th round, and it was a knockdown, right?
They did score it a knockdown. I think it was a little bit of both. I think he was slipping and he got put off balance by that strike. But
I mean, it was a good shot, though.
Yeah, it was. Jake's got power.
Hello from Russia.
Hello,
I like that.
What's up? Brandon Carl said, move the goalposts. He chose his opponents. All right. And our friend in Russia said, he said, Islam is champion.
It's true.
Yep.
Brandon, BC, I just mean, like, you know, after he beat Ben Askren, it was, you know, he fought somebody that actually had power in Woodley, and then it was, well, he's not really a striker, and then he beat whoever was it, Anderson after that.
Yep.
Well, Woodley.
You know what I mean? He beat one of the greatest strikers of all time in MMA, and they're like, well, he's old. And so now, you know, if he would have beaten Tommy Fury, it would have been like, yeah, well, Tommy's only fought these guys with shitty records, so he's not a real boxer. And
yep.
Yep. I think the loss is better for him in the long run.
I think it will be. But were those not valid points? He said.
I mean, I'm with all the points until people start trying to negate the fact that he beat Anderson Silva. Like, that's still an accomplishment, no matter if Anderson's 45, 46, 55. I mean, he's a fucking legend. He's one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport. And for him to come in healthy and only have to rely on boxing and still lose, that's impressive to me.
Yeah. I looked this up. I just did a Google Translate, and our friend in Russia said Putin vodka. I don't know.
Right on. And bear. He also said bear.
Also
vodka,
said bear.
Putin.
Bear. Hey.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm glad to have some. And now he said vodka Putin 6 something
Will,
something.
stop
something.
reading this motherfucker's comments.
Hey, I'm glad to have some international viewership, man.
Yeah, but that nigga
All right.
ain't talking about shit. I'm glad we got some international viewership too, but fuck you, motherfucker. Talk about Fedor Emelianenko or some shit. What you tuned into the show for?
He's talking about Islam too, but let's see. I wanted to look at something real quick. There was something
You got like
interesting.
Andrei Arlovsky and shit like that. Like chime in about some relevant shit. You talking about Putin and bears and shit? I don't give a fuck about that.
Talking about relevant shit, how about BKFC's big signings announced today, huh?
Jeez.
Luke
Oh, yeah.
Rockhold versus Mike Perry and Chad Mendez versus Eddie Alvarez.
Let's go, man. I see some Z's in the future.
And they still got Ben Rothwell waiting to fight somebody. They said that maybe Josh Watson, the dude that just knocked out Greg Hardy, would fight
okay.
Ben, but he might not be healthy in time. Josh Watson had said that he's worried he might not be big enough to fight Ben Rothwell, but Ben Rothwell said Watson's 285, so he's definitely big enough. Yeah, BC, I said the same thing when I first messaged the boys about it. I said that there goes Rockhold's going to get murked.
I don't see. Hey, your buddy in Russia said Piotr Jan champion.
There you go.
Man.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm kind of liking Luke against Mike Perry, man. I'm kind of liking him, man. I think he might win that fight.
Why, bro?
Because
this
bro,
is Mike's sport because he gets to be a fucking dog.
He does, but like
the thing about Rockhold, though, I feel like he relied on his athleticism and his ability to kick in the UFC. It's a chin issue. It's not a punching issue. It's not a takedown issue. It's not a submission issue. It's Rockhold's chin.
Why y'all think Rockhold can box?
Bro, this is the thing, man. When you're juiced up, your chin is a whole lot better, man. And Perry,
but who say he can box?
Cheers, Neko.
He's got decent boxing.
He got decent boxing because he got decent kicks.
Exactly. It's his athleticism.
When you take them
his
legs
height,
away, his boxing
kicks.
is not gonna be there.
Bro, Perry's going up, obviously in weight, at least to 185. He's 5 inches shorter. I think he's gonna have a rough night, man.
I'm not calling Mike Perry Mike Tyson, but I mean I don't agree with that logic of the shorter man at the heavier weight. There's a lot of advantages to being shorter, especially when you know how to fight in the pocket. And Mike Perry is a fucking dog.
He is. We'll see, man.
Luke gonna get caught with that overhand. And it's gonna be good night.
Think so? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, our Russian friend said Hamzat Chimaev champion. By the way,
damn right he is. He will be at least.
We'll see what happens.
And John Andrade.
John Andrade says, "Damn, bro, harsh on the international fan."
He trained in Switzerland.
I think that those are big signings, though, Alyssa, but you can see BKFC's trying to gain some traction. Especially with Eddie Alvarez being a pretty big name. Fighting everywhere. Eddie Alvarez is going to set the record for fighting in most promotions, I feel. Guy's just like, I'll work anywhere. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, for real. Hey,
I'm going to get put on ice.
You stop it.
Yo,
stop it.
Ben.
You stop
Ben,
it.
You out here heart picking. He about to get put on ice.
You stop it. You wait till Floyd boxes Aldo.
You're talking about people's chins. Chad Mendez was getting knocked out like it was his job every fight before he left the UFC. So let's not talk about Rockhold's chin. Mendez was getting knocked out. He got knocked out by a punch that Frankie Edgar punched him on the side of the nose. Didn't even hit him in the face. Just flicked his nose, and Mendez was out cold like he died.
I agree. But
like I said, go ahead, sir.
He looked good in his BKFC debut against the nobody.
Knockout Fames. Who the fuck is
Fames? When it comes to Alvarez and Mendez, it's about who's going to touch who's first. And I think Mendez gets that shot off first.
Where's fucking Rick Caruso when you need him? Rick, come on. Tell him the truth. Tell him this is what's going to happen.
Mendez going to get off first.
Mendez.
Our Russian friend says, I want to see Kamzat fight John Jones. Or, I want to see fight. Yeah, I think that's what he said. Yeah,
he wants to see Kamzat.
Bro, put that vodka down, bro.
Yeah, no more Putin vodka tonight.
That's a wild man
Put
right
that
there.
shit
I like
down.
him. I like that guy. Hey, Chad is. I think Chad's going to sleep. If we're talking about chins, Nico, Eddie's chin is way better than Chad's.
I don't know about
Way
that,
better.
William.
I mean,
I do.
Eddie getting stopped in one FC where everyone is juiced to the gills, that doesn't surprise me. Again, it wasn't like he was knocked out a bunch. He was just knocked out that one time. But I like Eddie's chances. I think that he's got a better boxing setup than Chad does. But
Yeah.
I
don't
don't know.
know why
Mendez
they're-
is looking like a beast with them hands.
he gets hit, man.
I don't know why they're giving Beck Rollins a fight against Christine Ferreira.
There's no one else.
I mean, she just lost to Britain Hart, though. I mean, I don't know why you would give her a title shot off of a loss. She lost to Britain, went to boxing, lost to some no-name chick, and now she's back and getting a title fight. It's kind of shitty, man. It's basically a title fight because she's a name.
Yeah, there's no one else, man. That's the problem. Is Christine is so good that it's probably really hard to find anybody that wants to fight her. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That is true. Ben, you want to talk quick about the releases yesterday in the UFC?
Yeah, dude. So, I'm minding my own business when Twitter starts going nuts because the UFC cut Darren Till, Zubira Tukugov. I don't know how to say his last name. But the big one there is Darren Till, man. He's a big name, a former title challenger. I mean, he's been in a rough spot, but he hasn't been winning very many fights, if any. But it's not like he's out here getting worked every night. Sam Alvey was 0-8-1 before he finally got his release, and Darren Till's already getting one. It makes me wonder if maybe the UFC realizes that Till's not mentally set to do this right now. I think that's always been Till's biggest issue is his mental game. But what do you guys think of that? He said that it's not a big deal and it was kind of a mutual parting of ways and that he's going to do work and he'll be better. But what do you think is next for Darren Till? You think this was a real release by the UFC? You think he goes to Bellator, PFL, BKFC even?
I think, in my opinion, I think you said PFL earlier. I kind of like that idea.
Our Russian buddy's going nuts. I don't know anything that he's saying right now.
I'm trying to get it translated. We'll see here in a second if I can. Nico, what do you think about?
I mean, Till's been looking sketchy, man. Where he might end up, maybe PFL. I don't really like his odds over at BKFC, man. I don't know, bro. It's like Ben was talking about earlier. This pretty wrestle-heavy Russians over at what's it called anyway? Like it's like where can the guy get in and fit in?
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that. Have you guys seen any wrestling news today? Any WWE news?
Just what I mentioned to you guys.
Okay. Well,
about Chael Sonnen healing on Cody Rhodes a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna read this real quick. This breaking report this evening. Sources indicated that Sonya Deville was celebrating with her fiance, and the gun was in their vehicle as it was being valeted. WWE sources indicated there was no heat on Sonya, as they understand why she would want to protect herself. Following the stalker home invasion situation, we're told that the following situation, Sonya actually got help from a judge in expediting her permit in Florida to protect herself. But Sonya was arrested today for riding with a gun in her car in New Jersey.
I did see that, actually.
In New Jersey. Nico, go bail her out, man.
Dude, nah.
You're close by, bro. Go get Sonya out of jail, man.
Nah, bro.
Sonya Deville. This dude is going crazy in the comments.
She riding with that thing on her?
Yeah. Apparently, she had a permit for it in Florida, but she drove to New Jersey, and it was in the car. So, technicalities, man. Fuck that. She had the permit. Let's get her out of jail, man.
Dude, all right. So now is she gonna be ex-con Sonya?
Maybe. Do you guys remember when they did that with Crush? When Crush got arrested for like firearms in Hawaii back in the day?
No.
So they did this deal where Crush got arrested back in the day when he was in WWF, and it was for firearms. And like when he came out the next TV, WWE had a plant in the crowd holding up a sign that said Jailbird, and Crush beat him up. He was like a teenage kid.
Oh man,
And like, you know what turned out to be? Steve Carino when he was a teenager.
that's
Crazy,
hilarious.
man. Yeah. Yep. So yeah. But I don't know, man. Maybe maybe her and Dominic, they'll they'll have some kind of like ex-con faction going on or something. But yeah, so anyway, let's talk about these fights this weekend, Nico. It's a good stack card, man. I mean, all the way through, there are good names on this card. But we'll start with Driscus Duplessis versus Derek Brunson, Nico. Who you picking on that one, man?
It's Duplessis, the S is silent.
Duplessis. There you go. Who are you picking, man?
Is Drickus versus who?
Versus Derek Brunson.
Oh, versus Brunson.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a decent matchup actually.
Yeah, it's a good fight, man.
Fuck, I went with who did Duplessis beat Till last?
Yep, that face crank.
Shit, man, he's all right, man. Damn, this is a tough call. I'm gonna go with Brunson.
Okay, I'm going against Brunson, man. And Ben left again, so we'll ask him later on. We'll see what other fights we got here. Oh yeah, Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones. I'll go first. I'm going with Trevin Jones. I don't trust Cody. I won't pick him. I don't care if that dude was fighting the janitor at the Apex. I'm picking the janitor, bro. That's all I'm saying about Cody, man. And when he loses this fight, he'll go to BKFC, and he'll be the one to get knocked out by Chad Mendez, maybe.
Who's he fighting? Cody versus who?
Trevin Giles, right? Yeah, Trevin Giles.
Who's Trevin
Jones. Trevin Jones, excuse me. Trevin Giles is another fighter.
Who's
Trevin Jones. Bro, I'm going to tell you how I feel. Trevin Jones is 1-3 in the UFC with 1 no contest. He's lost 3 fights in a row, and I still think he's going to beat Cody, man. Cody's jaw is fucking horrendous, bro. Like I said, I'll pick the janitor to beat him.
Is Cody who? What's Cody's last name?
Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt.
Oh,
man.
Cody Garbrandt?
Yeah, he fucking sucks, man.
I'm going with Cody.
Bro, I think that well, that's good. That's good, man. I can't pick that dude for nothing, man. Ever since that first fight against what's his name, TJ.
He needs this so bad. I'm going with Cody.
Bro, he needs it so bad that they got him a fucking jobber, and he's still gonna lose, man. They got him somebody who has lost 3 in a row. He's lost 3. He hasn't won a fight in 5 fights, and he's still going with Cody, man. He's gonna beat Cody. Okay, yeah, he's won 1 out of his last 5. There you go.
I'm going with Cody, bro.
All right, hey, that's gonna be your funeral, Nico. You're going with heart now. You're going with heart.
I am, bro.
See.
On both of these picks, I'm not fucking with Drickus because he beat Till and then they got rid of Till, and I'm going with Cody because come on, bro, how you gonna choose this nigga? You don't even know this man,
bro. I don't care. I told you I'll fucking pick the janitor, and she's tough, but I mean I'll pick her to beat Cody too, man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Where are we, guys?
All right, we picked Trevin Jones versus Cody, and we picked
Drickus Duplessis.
Yeah.
My daughter had a bad dream and wanted to call me to make sure I was all right, so I can't ignore my 4-year-old. So.
That's cool, man. Who you got in the first 2 fights?
I'm picking Drickus 100%. He was my dark horse pick for next champ at 185. If Alex moves up, that is. I think Drickus is too small to fight Alex, but if Alex moves up, that's my pick. As for Cody and Trevin, I actually think that this might work against Cody a little bit more because his training camp was spent working towards somebody else. And I just don't trust Cody's chin anymore, so I'm picking Trevin.
I literally just said the same thing, Ben. I also said that I didn't care if Cody was fighting the janitor of the Apex. I was gonna pick the janitor if that was the case because I didn't trust Cody at all. So
Cody's the problem. Neko can vouch for this that he's been working in combat sports his whole life. People that are coming towards the end, they'll change weights to try to find something that works for them when they panic and they don't have success anymore. And I think that might be the case here. I love Cody. I didn't for a long time. I hated him because he beat Dom in one of the greatest complete performances in MMA history, probably. But I just don't trust him anymore. I think that Trevin's going to shock people, and this is going to happen.
yeah,
no, I can't do it.
All right. Next fight: Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett. Ben,
Nickel.
I'll let you go first on that one. All right.
Nickel.
I think we're all going with Bo Nickel. I mean, obviously, but Ben, if there's anything you want to say about it, no. You're going with Bo also?
No, actually.
No? Oh, wow.
I'm going with Jamie Pickett just because I feel like it would be too easy to pick Bo, and I have to have one pick that, like, you know, Pickett's a tough guy. He's had a couple of fights in the UFC. He's got some experience. This isn't an easy fight right away like they typically do for these guys. But Bo is an animal, and I really don't want to pick against him, but I'm picking against him because why the fuck not?
Yep, I got you. All right, next fight. I'm not even saying his first name, but I know it's Gamrot versus Jalen Turner.
Jalen.
Fight is fire, dude.
I'm going with Gamrot. He's good, man.
I'm going with Tarantula, dude. Jalen Turner is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
The dude has got a huge reach. He's super tall. His jiu-jitsu is fantastic. His striking is hard to block. It's accurate. He's long. He uses his range perfectly. Gamrot is incredibly tough, but Jalen Turner is an animal.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. One sec. All right. Next fight. Jeff Neal versus Rachmanov. Let me look at this one real quick.
Who'd you pick in that last fight, Neko? Jalen Turner or?
I picked Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
He's filthy, man. Was it Brad Rydell that he just beat recently, or that, or I can't remember who it was. We picked him apart.
This is the one that I feel like I'm struggling with the most to pick.
Oh man, Rachmanov's gonna fuck him up, bro. He's gonna whip Jeff Neal's ass. I'll give you a.
I like Jeff Neal though, man.
I'll pick for you if you want.
Jeff Neal's awesome, but Shavkat's gonna fuck him up.
I know, man. He's so fucking nasty. I want to see him versus fucking Kamzat, really.
I was gonna say, you know how Will feels about Chimaev? That's how I feel about Shavkat, dude. He's just that guy's gonna murder everybody that they put in front of him. It doesn't even matter.
Let's go Shavkat. We're all on that.
Jeff Neal's got a puncher's chance, but I don't even know if Shavkat gives him that chance. I mean, I
just like him though.
Jeff Neal, he had a huge win his last time out, didn't he?
Yeah, he beat Luque, right?
Yeah, Vincente Luque,
yeah.
And he got one over Wonder Boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got some good names, man.
Yeah, he does.
I'll go with Shavkat still, though.
Yeah.
If Neal wins this fight, though,
he lost. He lost to Thompson.
He lost to Thompson.
Yeah, he beat before Luque. I'm looking it up now. He beat Ponzinibbio, and he beat Mike Perry before the Thompson fight.
Yeah, Pons.
Bro, he beat Bilal Muhammad too. I didn't even realize that. He does have some good wins.
Yeah, that's why Bilal needs to shut his mouth. But
I feel you. All right, now for the big fights of the night. Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. You guys know I'm picking Valentina.
Is there any choice?
Yeah, I mean, what's up, Neko?
I feel like she's been looking sketchier and sketchier, bro.
Only in the one fight. I feel like the last fight that she had, it was her. Who was it against? Vivian, right? Is that her name? Tatiana. That's who Valentina just fought?
No. It was Tayla Santos.
Yeah. I feel like it was like one of those fights where she just did not prepare very well. I don't think that she prepared very well or gave that girl enough credit, and that's why she didn't look that good in the fight. The fight before that, Valentina looked amazing, bro.
I did say that out of all my choices for champions, that I thought Valentina would be the one that would not be going. Like she would have the first loss or whatever, but I don't think it's here.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to lose to Alexa. I think that it's going to be some pretty dominant shit.
So, Neko, 2 fights ago, Valentina destroyed Jessica Andrade, or 3 fights ago. Then 2 fights ago, she battered Lauren Murphy for 4 rounds straight till they finally stopped the fight.
Yeah.
And then Talia Santos, that was a very close fight. I mean, it was. A lot of people thought she lost that fight. It was
All right, we'll rock with Valentina.
But I don't see. Grasso's amazing.
You sold me. We'll go with Valentina.
And what I was going to say real quick, what Valentina said today was exactly what I was thinking. Like, this isn't just boxing. If it was just straight up boxing, Grasso's going to whip her ass, most likely. But there's a whole lot more to it than just them standing there throwing hands.
And that's why I think the Santos and Shevchenko fight was so close, is because Santos's grappling was not necessarily better than Shevchenko's, of course, but at least on par.
Yeah.
And Shevchenko didn't necessarily know what to do right away once she didn't have that dominant opening in the grappling department. Like, she obviously can do what she wants on the feet, but once your grappling is kind of canceled out, you have to figure it out from there. You know what I mean? So once she kind of put on the pressure in those later rounds with the striking, she obviously pulled ahead to win. But it wasn't until she started pulling ahead with that striking that it shifted. And I don't think that Grasso has anything for her when it comes to grappling and hitting the ground.
Right. Although I will say that Grasso did pretty good. Who did she fight? I can't remember one of her last couple fights. She looked decent on the ground. Not great.
But you know that whoever that was she fought, no Alexa. I mean, I know Valentina.
Absolutely. It was damn, I can't even think who it was. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But whoever it was, she looked pretty good on. It might have been Barber.
Macy Barber, yeah, or Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, one of them. It was one of the. Who was it? Oh no, you know it was. She choked out Joanne Wood, whatever. 2 fights ago, in the first round. Her ground looked pretty good in that fight. I saw, but I still don't think that she's going to be anything. She's not going to have anything for Valentina on the ground. But yeah, she won. I think that was her first submission win too, right? Yeah, that's her only submission win was 2 fights ago. So maybe she's working on it, but I still don't think that she's got anything for Valentina on the ground. But the main event, Neko, you were asking us about this earlier, man, and how we felt about it. I'm gonna let you talk first, man. What do you think of the main event? John Jones, Cyril Gane, heavyweight. This for the
for the title.
So what is it? It's
not even interim because there's no champion.
I can't, bro, because like I've chose risky for so many fights already.
Yeah.
I've already chose so risky for these fights, bro.
All I'm saying is, John Jones, get your shit together.
Bro, look, man,
baby.
He's had some time off, man. If ring rust is real, John Jones should lose this fight. But I can't pick against him, man. I just can't do it.
You know, Dominic Cruz is letting John Jones drink out of the guy.
I can't do it.
Nah, me neither, man. John Jones gonna fuck him up, bro. If you can get dominated if you're gonna get dominated by Francis Ngannou on the ground, John Jones is gonna fucking take him down and like
he's gonna wrestle fuck the shit out of him, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, bro. What's it? Neko, what was it called? The drill when you
honestly, I think he's gonna pick him apart on the feet too, though.
You do?
I do. I think he can kickbox with Cyril.
Maybe. Nico, what's it called when you in wrestling when you do the drill when you got your chest to their back and you do the circles?
The spin drill.
Yeah, the spin drill. I think he's gonna do the spin drill on top of Cyril Gama. Cyril Gama's like, oh, well, what's going on here? What am I doing?
Bro, the feint change. Like, Cyril's going to be so worried about the wrestling, especially after experiencing Francis. It's going to open up John's whole entire stand-up. You know that he likes to do better at your shit than you do. So he's already, like, man, he's going to be in his fucking bag, bro. I hate John Jones, and he's going to be in his bag, bro.
I think so. I think so too. Ben, you're shaking your head. What? You're picking Cyril Gahn?
Let me just say this real quick, okay? So Francis Ngannou with 2 fucked up knees took down Cyril Gahn and was able to control him long enough for him to win the fight. Granted, that was towards the end of the fight, right? But I even said earlier this week that I was really torn because Neko and I have been tight these past couple of picks and picking the same shit, and we've been doing things, and I wouldn't feel right picking against Cyril because I was riding with my boy Neko. And then he does this to me, and he forces me to pick Cyril Gahn, and I don't want to, but I'm fucking picking Cyril Gahn, and here's why. That's a hell of a fight to have when you're first come in fight when you're a heavyweight if you're John Jones, okay? Cyril is as big as they get for heavyweights in the UFC. He's fucking huge. He's a world-class kickboxer. If he's done nothing but work on his grappling, at least his takedown defense and his get-ups, then he might have a chance, right? So Jones has never been hit before by a true heavyweight in a heavyweight fight before, and that's what Cyril does, right? Watch what he did to Ty. I mean,
bro,
if anybody in that division isn't Francis that has a chance to knock out John Jones, it's Cyril.
Weight cut or not, man, DC still brought that power down to 205, and he touched John Jones' chin down there. He know what it's like to get popped.
I mean,
he know what it's like to get popped by a real man.
I'm forced to pick Cyril, and I don't even know if I've ever picked him before, ever. And now I have to.
You don't have to do that, man. Come over.
Didn't you pick Cyril Gahn against Francis Ngannou? Because I thought I was the only one who picked Francis.
No, because remember we had that. That was a bad episode for us because Neko was on the. It was like a 45-minute fucking.
Oh yeah, about why Cyril was gonna win.
Yeah, well, why he won and whatnot. Like Neko was mad at us that episode.
That's right. Yeah. Why are you laughing, Neko? You said he was the best.
I get mad, man.
You said he was the best heavyweight. Come on, Neko.
I get mad, man.
I know. It's all right.
And John Jones wasn't in the heavyweight division when I was talking like that.
That's true. Hey, by the way, guys, this Russian dude, I think he's gone now, but all these comments he made, I started Google translating them. One of them said that Russia, he said, what's wrong? Are Americans afraid of Russians? Russia landed on the moon first. Did you see Joe Biden fall out of a plane? It's because Vladimir Putin shot him. I'm like, whoa, this dude. Hey, man, whatever vodka he's drinking, man, he needs to send some.
And I still think, Cyril turned that motherfucker into a wrestler, bro.
He did. I mean,
Francis knows what time it is. He don't want to see him stand up. For everything that everybody was fearful of Francis of, it was never wrestling.
That's true. Hey, man, that's what happens when you start training with Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, I guess you got a point.
Hey, when is Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards fighting again? Did they even announce a fight again yet? Or
right?
Yeah, March.
Oof. I can't wait to see that, man.
This is a crazy month.
Oh, so there's 2 pay-per-views this month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it March? Maybe it's April then.
I don't know. Let's see.
One of the fight nights is crazy too.
Yeah. All right.
No, it's March 18th, bro. Usman and Edwards 3.
Damn.
2 weeks.
Wow.
Mm.
That's 2
That's
weeks.
a good event. That's a pretty
This-
good event too.
Next weekend is Piotr Jan and Murad Dvalishvili.
Exactly.
Damn, there's some good fights coming up.
And
Yeah,
then
this whole month.
March 25th, we've got Cheeto versus Corey Sandhagen.
I know it's
And then in a month, we got Izzy versus Pereira too.
That's right.
And Gilbert versus Jorge.
perhaps the sleeper fight of the month is going to be Fiziev versus Gaethje. I think that fight is going to be fucking great. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, that's on that same Edwards versus Usman card, right?
Yeah, I think is it the co-main? I think so.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Co-main, yeah. So,
Mm.
all right, fellas. Neko, anything you want to say before we leave? Ben just disappeared.
Y'all in NY MMA pro fights, keep my fucking name out of your mouth unless you're trying to have that smoke. And I'm not trying to do nothing in shin guards no more. I want ground and pound legal. I'm tired of running the novice rule set. Let's step this shit up. You say my name 3 times, I'm appearing like the fucking boogeyman.
Like the Candyman, hell yeah.
I promise you. You say my name, fuck around, say my name 3 times. I'm popping up on your ass like Candyman, and I'm taking you out.
Neko,
170, look the fuck out. And honestly, 155, that last weight cut to 170 was so easy. I weighed in 2 pounds underneath just to prove a point.
I heard that announcer say he's safe because he's 185, man. You might have to go up to 185.
He's safe. I'm not. Look, man, I'm not trying to test the waters at 185 right now. There's no qualms about me. I don't think that I'm big enough for 185, but 170, 155, keep my fucking name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth, and don't be trying to find no loopholes, going different rule sets, K1, grapple matches, none of that shit. You want the smoke, we doing this the real way. Unified MMA rules, no more shin guards, ground and pound legal. Let's run it.
Ben, anything you want to say before we leave?
No, man. Enjoy all the MMA coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to enjoy. We got WrestleMania coming up soon. We got all kinds of shit. So it's going to be a good couple of weeks for us.
Oh, yeah. We'll discuss some wrestling next week for sure.
Left hook powered by Nathan's. Right hand powered by Sabret.
Yeah.
Thanks, Red Hot.
Put that shit on everything. Neko, you want to take it to the house?
You already know what time it is. There's no need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here live with TFG. Is that Ninja? It's the Stache Ben Doucette. It's Willie G. We came at y'all. We're going to see y'all next week live, where I am back to Mr. Bat 1,000. Let's get it. Let's go.